Hey everybody, welcome back around to the Blog and Grill. I am your host, Doug, here with your sports video blog for March 5th, 2014. Have a great blog planned for you. We'll head out to spring training later on in the episode. We'll talk about the NBA MVP race as well, but first off, I want to start with a little bracketology for you. Major shakeups in the brackets, I think, last night. Number 7, Syracuse loses to Georgia Tech by 5, 67-62. Syracuse really struggled to shoot the ball once again in the last 5 games. They've shot 37% from the field. Trevor Cooney hasn't been hitting shots. C.J. Fair kept him in that game, 28 points, 8 rebounds. Jeremy Grant did not play at all. He's out for the first time for a full game with that back injury. I'd be surprised if he played on Sunday. I think he'll probably be back for the second game of the ACC tournament. That's what I would do. Maybe he'd play now since they lost this game. The other big game, number 12, Michigan continues to roll. Nick Stauskas leads the way for the Wolverines as they take down Illinois in a 30-point blowout, okay? So we have new number 1 seeds. Pretty much every day I update my number 1 seeds. Today my number 1 seeds are going to be Florida, Arizona, Wichita State, and I have a new team in there, Kansas. I went back through, looked at Kansas' schedule. Kansas' BPI right now is number 3. They've lost some games. The Big 12 is very good this year. I'm giving Kansas the nod. Joel Embiid will be back for the NCAA tournament. So I'm giving them the nod as the number 1 seed over Duke. And my teams that are in the hunt are Duke and Virginia right now. Duke has won a lot of big games. Duke's playing some good basketball right now. Virginia could be one of the hottest teams in the country at this point, coming off that big win against Syracuse. I think these two teams are in the hunt for that number 1 seed, but I'm giving I think Kansas now is number 8, but I'm giving number 8 Kansas the nod over these teams for that number 1 seed. And really, I think I was looking at conference tournaments, and there are 3 conference tournaments that are going to have a major impact on the top 8 to 12 seeds in this tournament, okay? The Big 10 tournament, the Big 12, the ACC. If you look down through at the standings and how important these games are going to be, let's just go to the rankings real quick. And out of the top, really none of the top, I have one team there, one team out of the Big 12, so still that tournament will be very important. But then in the Big 10, we got Michigan, we got Wisconsin up there. Iowa State's at 16, they're in the hunt in the Big 12 in Kansas. And then the ACC could have big-time implications with Duke, Virginia, and Syracuse all up in that upper echelon, with North Carolina just sitting on the outside there, number 14, okay? So these conference tournaments are going to have big-time implications. They could really determine who becomes a 1 seed. I think Virginia still is my team with the most to gain because they could face Syracuse in the second-round game, and they could face a Duke in a later-round game, okay? So if Virginia can run it through it and win the ACC tournament, they could easily catapult themselves to a number 1 seed with 2 more quality wins. Duke, the same thing. They could have 2 quality wins there. I think the team that's up in the top 8 right now that won't get a shot at a number 1 seed is Villanova. I think they won't win their conference tournament. I think Creighton will take care of that. So that is what I see there. And now my Cinderella team right now has to be Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State hasn't been playing great basketball, but they got Marcus Smart back. Markel Brown playing a little bit better. Phil Forte lighting it up in his last couple of games, averaging 16 a game in his last 5, I do believe. So Phil Forte could be my player to watch, and Oklahoma State could be a tough out come NCAA tournament time. Marcus Smart playing out of his mind right now, so watch out for Oklahoma State in the NCAA tournament. We'll also have more bracketology on Friday as we continue to get closer to that bracket time. And I'm going to be setting up a bracket pool in the next week or so get in on that as well. Alright, time to look at the NBA MVP race. It's really between 2 guys. We've talked about it all year, LeBron and Durant. Head-to-head, I think Durant so far deserves to win it. He kept the team afloat, scored big points when Westbrook was out. Durant has shown that he has improved his game. He's a better rebounder. He's a better passer. He's shooting the ball as good as he ever has. And really, I hope Kevin Durant wins because we've noticed when LeBron does not win the MVP, it makes him mad, and we will see better performances out of LeBron in the playoffs if he does not win this MVP. He might deserve it. He's had just as good of a year as he did last year, but I think Durant is playing at just a little bit higher of a level than LeBron is right now, with the overall shooting and scoring aspect as well. So I think the MVP race will go right down to the wire, but I think Durant will win it, and Durant should win it for sure. He's carried his team, and LeBron has been able to defer to Bosh and Wade, but still LeBron is the best player on the planet right now. All right, let's head to spring training with the Yankees first. Yankees yesterday lost the spring training game 3-2 to the Orioles. David Phelps kind of got hit hard, went 2 2/3, 5 hits, 1 run. Gonna have to see a little bit more out of him if he wants to get that 5th starting spot over Pineda, Fidel Nuno, and Adam Warren. Jeter still hitless in the spring, 0 for 2. He's now 0 for 9 in the spring. Still healthy though, and he played back-to-back, so that's a good sign for him. Backup catcher is up for grabs, and Francisco Cervelli might have put himself in a good position to get it. He had a solo home run yesterday, and he's hitting the ball well and doing a little bit better defensively behind the plate. I know the last year he played, not last year, but the year before in 2012, he really struggled behind the plate. He did not look good behind the plate. The only time I've really seen him catch, he controlled the pitching staff pretty good, but on his one throw down to second, he did double clutch it and throw it away, okay? The guy to watch right now for the Yankees has to be Solarade. This guy's batting .778. Yes, .778. 2 home runs and 6 RBIs so far. And today the Yankees take on, I do believe they take on the Tampa Bay Rays today in Port Charlotte. Okay, so that's interesting. That's who they got today. Their lineup: Gardner, Nunez, Ichiro, Kanzler, Johnson, Solarade, Romine, and Almonte. Warren's going to pitch today. Tomorrow, if you get a chance, tune in 1 o'clock. You'll kind of get to see what the Yankees are going to be looking like for the season. We'll get to see Tanaka pitch. Jeter is going to be in the lineup. McCann, Beltran, Soriano back from the flu, Gardner, and Roberts. So these guys are all going to play tomorrow. That's going to be a pretty exciting day for the Yankees. If they could see Ellsbury too, that would be fantastic. All right, some other news and notes from spring training. Steven Strasburg yesterday, coming off his surgery to his elbow to remove bone chips, went 2 scoreless innings on just 15 pitches yesterday. And bad news for the Tigers. Their left fielder, Andy Dirks, will have back surgery and be out for the next 3 months. One other note-worthy moment that will happen tomorrow: Tiger Woods will tee off at Doral at 12:30 with my man Adam Scott, big Adam Scott fan, and Henrik Stenson. He got his back treatment yesterday. He'll get some more today. He's going to be ready to go at Doral tomorrow for the World Golf Challenge Cadillac Open at Trump National in Doral. So Friday we'll be back with more bracketology. We'll also start to talk NFL free agency. And NASCAR heads to Vegas as I try to get back on the winning end of picking NASCAR. Lost last week at Phoenix. I picked Matt Kenseth. Kevin Harvick took the win. Trying to get back on track this week at Vegas. And it's not going to be a surprising pick, but I'll let you know who I got on Friday. Thanks for tuning in to the Blog and Grill. You can always follow me on Twitter, YankeeBaller415. Comment, question, subscribe to my page. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you back here on Friday. Have a good rest of the week.